Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial, I will demonstrate how to draft a curved bustier pattern with a keyhole yoke design detail. Hi, my name is Ayo and welcome to 011 Clothing Tutorials. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now, let's get right into the tutorial. Thank you. I'll be working with the following items: calculator, pins, tape measure. Ideally, a pencil should be used for pattern drafting, but for tutorial purpose, I will be making use of this black marker pen, tracing wheel, rulers and curves, paper scissors, basic bodice pattern. So I have here my basic bodice pattern, which I drafted using the bust dart technique. The tutorial for this will be above and in the description box below. So to alter the front of this basic bodice pattern into a curved bustier pattern, I need some measurements. I need my shoulder to under bust measurement, which is 13 inches, and my around under bust measurement, which is 34 inches. So now I'll go ahead to do the underbust tightening. So from the neck point, I'll go ahead to measure and mark my shoulder to underbust measurement, which is 13 inches. I'll go ahead to square out a line horizontally across like this. And this line is my underbust line. Now I'll go ahead to divide my around underbust measurement by 4, and this is 34 over 4, and this is equal to 8.5 inches. So on the underbust line, starting from the center front, I'll go ahead to measure and mark 8.5 inches like this. I'll measure what I have left, and this gave me 1.5 inches. I will divide the 1.5 inches into 2. 0.5 inch and 1 inch. I will measure and mark 1 inch from this dart leg like this, and on the other dart leg closer to the center front, I will mark the remaining half an inch. I will now connect these 2 points to the bust point like this. I will use my curve for this. I will use a slight curve for this. But you can also use a straight edge, that is, you can also use your ruler. I will now connect these 2 points to the base of the waist dart. This, I'm using a slight curve, or you can use a straight edge or your ruler for this. This line is the armhole line. Some people call it the chest line. So starting from the armhole line, I will go ahead to measure and mark half an inch away from the center front, all the way down to the hem. I will now connect the points together vertically like this using my ruler. Next, I will measure the distance between the bust line and the underbust line. Ideally, your cup should not go beyond your underbust. So I'll measure the distance like this, and the value I got is 2.5 inches. I will now use this 2.5 inches to form a circle. The bust point, which is the tip of my waist dart, will be the pivot point for the circle. I will use broken lines for this because the circle is only a guide and it's not part of the pattern. If your circle goes out of the pattern or it appears odd in shape, do not worry, as this is just a guide. The major purpose of the circle is to determine the ideal height of the upper part of the curved bustier. So from the base of the neckline, I will measure how deep I want the cleavage to be. The standard is 6.5 to 7 inches, but I will use 5 inches for mine. So I'll measure and mark 5 inches like this. Using my French curve, I will draw a curve from the dart leg on the underbust line closer to the center front to the bust line like this. I will try not to make the curve too curvy. Using the shoulder tip as a guide, I will draw a broken line from the armhole down to the hem. Remember that we've already drawn a circle as a guide. Using the bust point as a pivot, check to see if you are okay with the height, with the depth of this from the shoulder. If not, you can raise it a little bit if it is too low for you. From this point, from the upper part of the circle, I'll go up by 1.5 inches and I will square a horizontal line across like this. I will now go ahead and find the middle of the shoulder and I will mark the point. I will now connect it to the bust point like this using my ruler. I will now go ahead to do the overbust tightening by measuring half an inch on both sides of the mid shoulder line like this. To avoid gaping, I will advise that you use 0.5 inches on both sides of the mid shoulder line, especially if you are plus size or busty. I will now connect these 2 points to the bust point like this. You can also use a straight edge or a very slight curve, just like I'm doing. I will now connect these 2 points together like this using my curve. Now remember the guideline that we drew. Your curve should not go beyond this line. So I'll make the line bolder like this. So using my curve, I'll connect these 2 points together. That is the second overbust dart leg to the armhole line like this, making sure I'm not going beyond the vertical guideline that I drew. I will correct the sharp angle here using my curve. I will now slash the middle of the pattern like this and also the mid shoulder line. I will now go ahead to close the bust dart like this. After closing the bust dart, I will now connect the base of the cup which is on the underbust line, to the upper part, which is the armhole line. Again, I will make sure that the cup does not go outside the vertical guideline that I drew, like this. So now I'm done creating the cup. But I still want the cup to be less revealing, so I will do some further alteration. I will raise the center front by 1 inch like this. I will now connect these 2 points together with my curve, like this. I will also redraw the side of the cup like this using my curve, using my French curve. I will correct this edge where I close the bust dart like this. I will now go ahead to cut out the pattern pieces. After cutting out the pieces, I will label all the pieces and use arrows to indicate the sides that will be joined together. It is very important that you label all your pieces so as to avoid confusion while sewing. So now it is time to create the yoke. I will need the upper part of the front basic. Remember that I slashed the middle shoulder line. I will now go ahead and sellotape the 2 pieces together like this. Next, I will go ahead to arrange the pattern pieces that I cut out earlier like this. This will guide me as to how to create the yoke. So the first thing I will do is to connect this point to the mid shoulder like this using my ruler. From this side, I will measure and mark 1.5 inches like this. From this other side, I will also measure and mark 1.5 inches. From the lower part of the hole line, I will go up by 1 inch and I will mark the 1 inch point. I will now connect these 3 points together like this, and this will create the keyhole design on the yoke. So I will now go ahead to cut out the yoke. So these are all the curved bustier pattern pieces for the dress design. On the surface, everything looks okay, but we might have some issues when sewing these pieces together. Remember that we did an overbust tightening at the upper part of the cup, which I did not extend to the yoke part of the design. If I go ahead to cut out the pattern pieces like this, I will discover while sewing that the yoke will be longer than the curved bustier. So to avoid this, I need to extend the overbust dart to the tip of the shoulder. So I will measure and mark ½ inch on both sides of the mid shoulder line like this, and I will connect it to the tip of the shoulder. Remember that I used ½ inch for the overbust tightening. I will now go ahead and fold the dart like this, and I will close it using my sellotape. As you can see, both the yoke and the cup are now match up in length. So I will just go ahead to use my sellotape to hold it in place, to hold the dart in place. So this dart that I just added will create a shortage, so I need to add it back at the armhole area. So I will temporarily sellotape these two pieces together. So I have already sellotaped the two pieces together, and I've already added extra paper at the armhole area. Remember that the overbust dart is 1 inch wide, ½ inch on both sides of the mid shoulder line. So I will add it back to the armhole, and I'll go ahead and redraw the armhole curve like this. I will now cut out the new armhole. I will also separate the lower part of the bodice from the yoke, which was temporarily joined together. So that's it guys, we're done. Stay tuned for my next tutorial where I'll be showing you how to create an extended back loop for a corset dress. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, share this video with your friends who are interested in sewing, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. See you in my next tutorial. Bye, and thank you so much for watching.